Now, we are still digesting about the just concluded by-elections in this country, and the discussion is still going on TV, on radio, on the street, online, and everywhere. And so, the former LSK president, Nelson Havi, made allegation about what transpired in Malava ahead of the election in an attempt to induce the electorate. According to Nelson Havi, David Ndakwa, while campaigning in Malava, just one day to election, he went on to give 2 slices of bread and a soda to the elderly Malava voters in exchange, or to induce them, that's the word, to induce them to vote in his favor in Malava by-election. Yani wamama na wazee walipewa soda na mkate ili kupigia Ndakwa kura. But what makes him happy is that at least people of Mount Kenya, it was different. For them, they were given money, good money. But these elderly voters from Malava were only given bread and soda. That's the difference. According to Nelson Havi, sio maneno yangu.
There is an admiration I have for you Kikuyus. At least you people were given money. I felt so sad seeing these Luhya mamas and babas being given a slice of bread, in fact 2 slices of bread and a bottle of soda, and singing Ndakwa's name. You can imagine.
Now, is it true that in Malava, the elderly voters were given 2 slices of bread and soda? It is true they were given bread and soda. We saw them singing, dancing happily ahead of the voting. Now, is it true that in Malava it was only bread and soda that was given to the electorate ahead of the voting, and on the other side they were given money? To that extent, it is debatable. I want you to know in this video that more was given beyond bread and soda. The vote that you saw Ndakwa getting in Malava was not only bought on soda and bread. No. We saw mattresses, blankets, and many other things given out, including money, before the election day. Now, what Nelson Havi is trying to say is that little was spent in the Western region just on bread and rice to win the vote. But in Mount Kenya, it was different. Seth Panyako told us that more than 100 million budget was set aside by his opponent during the campaign in Malava. But for him, they only raised 5 million Kenyan shillings for their campaign. So 100 million cannot only be just for bread and soda. The vote in Malava was bought very expensively. Let no one lie to you that Ndakwa just became an MP just on soda and bread. It was beyond soda and bread. It was not cheap. That's the reality. And I want us to continue with the final discussion, but before we go deep into that, I have a quick and humble request. For those who are watching the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, the statement that Nelson Havi is trying to bring out is that the voters in the Western region can be bought cheaply compared to Mount Kenya. I want to dismiss that statement. Because if you walk in that direction, you remember what Gachagua told William Ruto when they were campaigning. That for us here in Mount Kenya, and it was during a burial of one of his relatives, I think, that they want, if Ruto become the president, to open Sagana State Lodge so that anytime the residents can walk there and have a meal, wako wanakula mchele. Afungue Sagana State Lodge so that wenyeji wako wanaenda pale wanakula mchele. And you know Ruto did that. After becoming the president, he went to Sagana and there was a big celebration and he opened the gate for the neighbors to come for bread and rice. For meat and rice. Sema watu wako wanakuja wanakula mchele na nyama. What will he say about that? That they were very cheap and they were bought on rice and meat. So, the truth is that no one should lie to you that there was a section which was bought cheaply. For you, dear candidate, to be voted for in Mbeere North, a lot of money was poured. They spent a lot of money. The issue of Malava was a do or die for UDA, both for Ruto and Musalia. Ukiona wametuma mtu kama Farouk Kibet on ground, just know a lot of money is going to be spent there. And they need someone who will make sure that this money has been spent. Ndio maana Farouk akakuwa kwa ground to make sure that pesa inafikia the person on ground. You know how many economic empowerment programs were done in Malava on a day-to-day. Every day, there was economic empowerment in every village. Haikuwa economic empowerment ya 100 bob or 200. People are getting money. Ndio maana walikuwa naita economic empowerment program. Na nilikuwa wakati wa campaign. So yes, the issue of soda was here and there. And even in those economic empowerment, even if I give you 2,000-3,000, no, I'm not empowering you. But if I come with a clear strategy and a program that is meant to help you improve on your business, if it's a agro business or whatever, if it's a processing plant or whatever, I'm changing your life. But the other reality that we can conclude here is that our politicians want us to be poor. That's why they will always come with handouts. For handouts, I'll have a meal today, tomorrow, and the other day, the next day. After that, that is why they come with bread and soda. To impoverish, you know, when you are being impoverished, You are easily managed politically and economically, socially, in everything. You are managed. So most of these politicians want to manage us. And they end up managing us because they have impoverished us. The tradition of handouts, the tradition of soda, the tradition of bringing mattress, bill, has been possible because we have been made poor such that we cannot afford. And since we cannot afford, when the politicians bring those shopping to us, they look like saints in our eyes. So we celebrate, we cherish them, and we honor them with our vote. They have managed us. So what we should learn generally as Kenyans, this issue of handouts, we must end it. We must grow. As you take this money, it should not convince you that now it should be an exchange with our votes, because this is not their money. At first place, they have stolen the money from us. So when they bring, isionekane ni kama we have to exchange it with our vote. We must vote with our mind properly.